I wanted very much to thank Claire for her introductory words with regard to the Manchester Histories Festival. I don't know whether she is aware of this, but most of the things that she said as an introduction to the philosophy of the Manchester Histories Festival was said in long, sometimes tedious, sometimes argumentative meetings when it was being decided what it is that this building would hold. The building called Urbis, a name it was given, by the way, by a man called Jimmy Grigger, who was chair of the Central Manchester Development Corporation. And this building was established in order to, in some way, celebrate the evolution of cities. And this event today, and all those events that Claire has described, was intended to be meat and drink to this building. Now, as it happened, the building has morphed into something else, now the National Museum of Football. And that's fine. That's well and good, and if there is to be a National Museum of Football anywhere, it has to be in Manchester. That's accepted. But one of the things that I really would like us all to think about, in terms of the context of today, is where exactly does the identity of Manchester, the people of Manchester, and all that involvement that Yati has described through Cheetham Hill and all the way across the city, and I'm sure Charles Lauder will be saying things about this as well as he pops up and joins us here on the platform. Where might we now have conversations about that, if not in the pub? The point of the matter is, over the course of time, Urbis morphed into the National History Museum. Cube, the Centre for Understanding the Built Environment, a gallery set up to talk about the built environment, to talk about all of these things, passed out of existence 5 years ago. So actually, whilst we think about all those additions to Manchester, we might also, in the course of the day, think about some of the subtractions from Manchester, because it hasn't all been good. A lot of it, over the last 20 years, simply has not worked. And I'm sure we'll discover some of those things as the day progresses. So if you'll bear with me, we'll get our first team up onto the table. It's sounding good now, isn't it? You see, the more noise you make, the better it'll get, by the way. So heckling is allowed, along with, heckling, by the way, is old-fashioned tweeting. There has to be room for both, I think, and that's about as much room that we've got in our timescale today. I'm afraid we've already begged another 15 minutes, and now we're nearly 20 minutes over. So I'm going to wrap up by doing two things. The first thing is pointing out to you the possibilities of joining us for a drink. I'm directing you all to a place called Cabana, which I've never been in, but which is looking back at us from the newly reconstructed Corn Exchange. So that's where a few of us are going to head for a drink, as many of us as I would like. And before I do anything else, John, you're going to have to come to me before I come over to you.
I just didn't want to miss the opportunity of thanking Yati for all the work she's done arranging this today. And she makes me very proud to be director of Myriad.
I think that was an apple from the teacher. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, all of our speakers. I actually thought that qualified on two counts. One, it had a great diversity of opinion and thought. And two, it got very close to a Tony Wilson maxim, which is enough of a shambles to be useful. So if that was shambolic and loose fit enough for you, then maybe we'll do it again sometime. And do please take the opportunity to tell one or two people who've spoken today what a great achievement Piccadilly Gardens is. Thank you all very much. Thank you, Yati. Thank you.